myself Amit Fartale. Today we are going to study the basic concept of 11th science physics. फिजिक्समध्ये बऱ्याचशा अशा बारीक सारीक कन्सेप्ट आहे जे मुलांना कळत नाही. फिजिक्स मोस्ट डिफिकल्ट टास्क आहे असं मुलांना वाटतं, पण आता ते सोपं कसं करायचं आहे ते आपण बघूया. ठीक आहे, चला मग बघूया. 11th सायन्स, 10th नंतर आपण जातोय 11th सायन्स कडे. 11th सायन्स, ह्या 11th सायन्स मध्ये काही बेसिक अशा ट्रिक्स आहेत. बेसिक कन्सेप्ट्स of physics. The basic concepts of physics. एक सायंटिस्ट होता, त्याचं नाव आहे न्यूटन. There are 3 laws of Newton. Newton's first law, Newton's second law and Newton's third law. Newton's first law: the every body continues in a state of rest or uniform motion unless it is acted upon by external unbalanced force on it. Is called as Newton's first law. Newton's second law आपल्याला विचारलं तर आपण डायरेक्टली सांगतो का F is equal to ma, means the force is equal to the product of mass and the acceleration of the body. Therefore F is equal to ma. And the third law, Newton's third law, states that to every action there is equal and opposite reaction of a body. This is very simple law. To every action there is equal and opposite reaction of a body. Okay, these are the 3 laws which are discovered by the Newton. Next, the second scientist, Kepler, the best friend of the Newton. Kepler also discovered the 3 laws: Kepler's first law, Kepler's second law, Kepler's third law. One by one we study the Kepler's first, second, third law. As per the Kepler, every planet revolves around the sun. Every planet revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit when the sun is situated at one of its foci or the focus point. ठीक आहे, मग इथे 2 पॉइंट्स घेऊया. when the planet is near to the sun, its speed is maximum, and when the planet is far away from the sun, its speed is minimum. Okay, therefore the second law states that the radius vector drawn from sun to any planet which sweeps out equal areas in equal interval of time. Therefore area A F1 A dash is equal to area B F1 B dash. Okay, third law, Kepler's third law states that T square is directly proportional to the R cube. What is meant by R? R is called as semi-major axis of the elliptical orbit. And what is meant by T? T means the time period of revolution for the planet. Therefore simple law or simple statement is that the square of time period of revolution for the planet is directly proportional to the cube of semi-major axis of elliptical orbit. These are the 3 laws which are discovered by the Kepler. Okay, next, the most important which studied in the 10th standard, Newton's law of gravitation. As we know, the Newton's law of gravitation, मैं आता डायरेक्टली स्टेटमेंट वगैरह काही सांगत नाहीये. बघा, F is directly, as per the Newton's law of gravitation, the force of attraction is directly proportional to the product of their masses, and it is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Okay, the force is directly proportional to the product of their masses, and the force is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Suppose there are two particles of masses m1 and m2. Okay, they are at a distance of d from each other, and the force between them is F12, F21. This is the force of attraction. Okay, therefore from equation 1 and 2 it is clear that left hand side remaining same. That's why on combining these two equation we gain, जर हे इक्वेशन कंबाइन केले तर काय मिळणार बघा, F is directly proportional to m1 m2 upon d square. Therefore directly proportional sign is equal to G, capital G into m1 m2 upon d square. This is the required expression for the Newton's law of gravitation. Therefore the statement is as follows: every particle of matter, matter means the masses, every particle of matter attracts each other by the force of attraction. It is directly proportional to the product of their masses, and it is inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. Okay, next from equation these two, final equation, F is equal to G into m1 m2 upon d square. Next, what is the magnitude for the universal gravitation constant? You are studying in the 10th standard. Yeah, so what is the value for the universal gravitation constant? The magnitude for universal gravitation constant is 6.673 into the 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. Newton meter square per kilogram square. This is the SI unit, and CGS unit is dyne centimeter square per gram square. This is the CGS unit. Okay, next part is units. Most important in the physics is called as units. What does it mean by unit? Any reference standard which is used for the measurement. Suppose this is the marker, the length is measured in meter, centimeter, kilometer, mm. Okay, means the reference standard is called as unit. The reference standard which is used for measurement is called as unit. Okay, there are three types of unit. First, MKS, FPS, CGS, and one more last, SI. Why? M stands for meter, K stands for kilogram, S for second, F for foot, P for pound, S for second, C for centimeter, G for gram, S for seconds. SI means System International D units. It's called as System International D units. So look at the board. We are going to study the 11th science basic concept of physics. Okay, next important terms are as follows. Suppose a body is in a circular motion. Suppose a body is in a circular motion with the linear velocity v. V, the body which is in a circular motion, is called as linear velocity. With the help of linear velocity v, O be the center of a body and P be the body or the particle. Okay, as we know, V is equal to R omega, equation number first. V be the linear velocity. V is known as linear velocity. R is known as the radius of the circular orbit. And what is meant mean by omega means the angular velocity. While linear velocity is measured in meter per second in the SI unit, and omega means the angular velocity is measured in the radian per seconds. Okay. Centripetal force. Next, FCD. The next important concept which you study in the 10th standard, centripetal force. The force which directed towards the center of a circle, is called as centripetal force. And therefore the CP means centripetal force is equal to mv square upon r, equation number 6. But as we know, V is equal to R omega. Therefore, FCP is equal to M upon R, V R into omega bracket square. Finally, what we get? R get cancel, MR omega square. This is the another formula for the centripetal force. Next, FCP. Taking omega common, M into R into omega, separating the omega. What does it mean by R into omega? Is nothing but the velocity. Therefore, FCP is equal to M into V into the W. This is the another formula for the centripetal force. These are the three formulas for the centripetal force. Okay. What does it mean by centrifugal force? Centrifugal force means the force which directed away from the center. The force which directed away from the center of a circle is called as centrifugal force. Centrifugal force is in negative sign. Means FCP is equal to minus FCF. CF means centrifugal force. Next is law of conservation of energy. Law of conservation of energy. What is the law of conservation of energy? One energy can transform into the another energy. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transferred from one form to the another form. One form to another form. It's called as law of conservation of energy. Hence, the total energy into the universe remains constant or remains same. Okay. Next is dimensional analysis. Dimensional analysis. What is meant by dimensional analysis? The factors which describes the units or the lengths, mass, temperature, time, okay, etc. L, M, T. These are the basic dimensional analysis. L stands for length, M stands for mass, T stands for temperature. No, T stands for time. Length is measured in meter, yes, kilometer, yes, foot. Another one, gram. Mass is measured in pound and gram. Pound and gram. Sorry. Time. Okay. Length, mass, and time. This is the dimensional analysis. In the next video, we are going to study the basic units or unit factors as well as the dimensions for the basic terms. Okay. Thank you.